Hey everybody, Paul Burry, Family Friendly Gaming. This is FFG Chronicles on what is bad. So we had a video sometime back about what is fun, and we kind of discussed and debate lots of different things that's fun. And so I had this thought recently. It was I've been playing Ninja Bread Man on the Wii, and that game is absolutely, totally, completely, and utterly horrible. Then I got to thinking, gamers as a community have different definitions for what is good as what is bad. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta go, well, what is the exact definition? And unfortunately, different people have different definitions because of those who decided to redefine words and history and everything, and they decided we're gonna have a completely different ethical, moral system than what is, traditionally accepted, known, and kind of believed upon by the supermajority. And so when they did that, then they opened the door where, well, anyone can make any definition for anything they want. And so I thought this might be a really fun topic to explore, and I hope you leave comments below. Leave some ideas and thoughts on what you find is bad. Now, one of the things that I look at as bad is if the controls do not function properly, if the controls are horrible, if the camera is one of those that swings around and shows you the front of your character when you're trying to go that direction, Ninja Bread Man, I'm looking at you, then I say, yeah, this game is pretty bad. Doesn't mean it doesn't have some saving graces. Maybe the graphics are good, maybe it's kind of fun, maybe it's got interesting characters, but it's bad. I also look at it from a biblical standpoint, a biblical worldview on what God says is bad. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not arrogant enough to say I know better than God. I know there are a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I'm going to say I know better than God because I have this big, huge, massive head that doesn't even fit in the camera frame. That's not me. I'm not that person. I don't think I know better, and to me it's actually a lot easier to just go and accept whatever God has defined as good and bad. And you notice, even when a company is trying to promote certain games, like let's take Lego DC Supervillains. On the back of the case it says, it's good to be bad. And our reviewer pointed out, well, when is that ever true? When has that ever been accurate? That being good is
Robin
bad.
Hood.
Oh, Peter's just telling about Robin Hood going up against a corrupt government. In fact, that's pretty much the only storyline that Square Enix has used for Final Fantasy. However, you gotta go, are we supposed to break the law? I mean, how far do you go? Frank Castle is the Punisher. I mean, he's murdering a bunch of criminals, and I know he's fictional, but he's murdering a bunch of criminals. That's bad. But all these criminals aren't there to create more victims and murder more people, so it's helping make the world better.
I think this is sort of going off topic. He's more of a martyr.
Well, he's a vigilante.
A martyr.
A martyr dies for their...
He's going to die for what he does.
Yeah, he will eventually die. So when it comes to games, you see a lot of games where they're like, let's go play the bad people. Let's go play the bad guys. And I've never really had much interest in that personally, because I'm like, well, they're bad. I don't want to do the bad ones. I want to do the good ones. It's just not in my nature. I'm more, be the hero, don't be the villain. So that's kind of where I fall down on that. And I also wonder, going forward, is the video game industry going to get worse and have more bad, more macabre, more morbid, more bad things in games? One of the games I thought of when I was, kind of running this through my head was Diablo. So I played the first Diablo, and at the end of the game, you kill the devil. You murder Satan. Then you become Satan. Not really a good thing to do. I mean, I'm sorry, that's a bad thing. I don't know if they were trying to have this existential discussion, debate, argument on, well, when you do all these bad things, you become bad yourself. If you dance with the devil, then you become like the devil. The devil doesn't change, but you do. I don't know if they were trying to make some kind of commentary on that or not, but ultimately it's like, well, that was pretty bad. Which really kind of tainted my opinion of the franchise after that. And even though I did play Diablo 2, I got bored with it and never went back to the franchise again. To me, it was just, the whole franchise was bad. It was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, spend my time with all this badness. And I know that people they disagree. I know that I've talked to some hardcore haters. That's what I call them, anyway. A lot of the hardcore gamers, they hate kids games because it's not challenging enough for them. But it's good for kids, isn't it? Well, yeah. So then, if it's good for a certain target audience, does that make it good versus being bad? You know, you got to try to make that discernment and make that decision for yourself. Like I said, I go back and it's what the God says is good and bad, and it's like, well, then that's what I'm gonna follow. So that's all my thoughts on this topic. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.